What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people when I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on? Is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Vito Royale says, this Friday, I predict 3 derailments. Well, what do you define as a derailment? What do you define as a derailment, Vito Royale? Let's discuss that. Because sometimes it's not a derailment. Sometimes it's just an interaction with the chat. What up, K. Cooper? Sabrina in the building? Everybody in the building. What's happening? What's happening? For whatever reason, when I jumped on yesterday, I thought it was Friday yesterday. And so my brain is kind of scrambled. But I got some great things for y'all this weekend. I got a drop tomorrow on Patreon. We got a live stream coming up on Patreon as far as Stock Club. We're going right into it because the Netflix deal. So we're going to talk about Netflix and whether or not we should pivot. We got a lot coming up. If you're not a part of the Patreon, you should be. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Hats are dropping this weekend. Yes, it is. So that notification is going to go to the bag chasers. And we got a lot going on. I got Charleston coming in this weekend. So we cooking up on that. Yes. We cooking up on that. And we popping, man. It's I'm at my best when I'm consumed with work. Right. This ain't really me. This is AI. you get it if you actually watched the show last night. After Hours Room 9, man, the live streams we've been doing over there has been hitting. It's been hitting. So shout out to the crew over on After Hours and Room 9. It's been incredible conversations. K. Cooper says, how do you manage to stay away from all of this drama? I am the drama. Listen. If y'all haven't noticed yet, K. Cooper, I'm the economy. I'm Black YouTube economy. I'm the hood's economy. Without me, everybody starves. Everybody eat, B. Without me, everybody starves. Listen, you're seeing who people truly are. The hoes is doing what the hoes is doing. The niggas is acting like the hoes. It's Friday. We're going to get into it. The dudes acting like the hoes. All of them. I put them all on. At one point or another, they all come through me. They all interact through me. They all intersect through me. These are the Danielites. Y'all are the bag chaser. They all my kids. Everybody is my kid. Everybody is my kid. These are my kids. And my children are out of control. My children are out of control. These are my children. Even Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown is my child. That's my kid. That's my son. It's my son. And they would all they wouldn't be in nowhere. They would be in nowhere land unless daddy showed back up. If I stop streaming, everybody starve. That's the perfect analogy. They like bad dogs that got out the gate. This is normal. This is normal, Osrio. This is not out of pocket. These are my children, and I have to apologize to YouTube that it's so messy out here because they all my kids. They all my kids. That's right. You know how the liberals got Trump derangement syndrome? They got ADS, Anton Derangement Syndrome. But I can't say that I'm not at least a little bit enjoying it. Because it is good. I'm in a villain. I'm in my villain era right now. I'm in my villain era right now. And I'm gonna just tell you, they love me. Because without me, what would you have? What would you think about it? What would they be able to talk about without me? Y'all wouldn't even know 85% of these people if it wasn't for me. They would never exist. They would be living their mundane lives. They would still be singing in hookah bars. It's Anton fever, and it doesn't stop. It will never stop, ever. It's Anton. They would still be singing in backdoor bars, getting fucked on by dudes that got on wife beaters in the background. That's just the way that it is, bro. They all of them come through me. The hoes, the guys, it's still hoes. They all come through me. All of them. All of them. And now they get into the mess, right? Now they get into the mess. See, I showed y'all yesterday. I started scrolling. See, because I'm daddy. And I'm gonna get into the show. Because I'm daddy don't like put out text messages and all that other stuff. Daddy don't say none of that. So daddy just kind of do what daddy do. You know how your father is. He just kind of sit in the rocking chair and he kind of pay attention to what's going on, but he don't say much. But when he do pop out, it's gonna be trouble, trouble. What up, walk on wood? You know what I'm saying? But I can't say that I'm not enjoying it a little bit, but I'm definitely a part of the villain era. It is what it is. It is what it is. I keep trying to tell y'all that life is nothing more than a high school drama. The same way that it is on Facebook is messy, is the same way that it is on YouTube messy, the same way that it was in high school. They just bigger people. They more grown-up folks. These are 30, 40, and 50-year-old people that's doing the same thing that they did in high school. And guess what? I was the same person in high school. I walked around. I had my chest poked out, my Gucci loafers on, and they said, who does this nigga think he is? Why did this nigga think that he the man? It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. Why this nigga walking like he better than everybody else? That's what they said. They said, who is this old nigga? This nigga got an old soul. Why he got a beard? Who the fuck is this nigga? Why he think he better than everybody else? I was looking at him. I was like, hey, let me get her, let me get her, and let me get her. I take that. All right. Let's put it in perspective, and then we're gonna get into the show. You know, I always like to feed into the mess, feed into the fire a little bit. If you look at these people, right? Take, for example, what Jay Wash says. Jay Wash, would you follow these people to the garbage can to throw away trash? We're going to kick it off the beautiful way, Ra. Would you follow any one of these people in any way, shape, or form, in any capacity? When you look at it and you break it back out, because we got a whole army, would you follow any one of these people in any way, shape, or form? You know what I'm saying, Dainty? So we here. All right, so I'm gonna read super chats. What up, Ra? Ra looking good. I like Ra. I like what that's doing. What up? I got Charleston. I would have been on a flight today after the show. I was thinking, like, you know what? Time to go explore America. Then I forgot, and I looked at my calendar. That's why you always got to have a calendar. And I looked at my calendar and I said, shit, I forgot. I got Charleston coming in this weekend. So if I do take off into the sky, then it'll probably be on Monday. All right. It'll probably be on Monday, and then I'll figure it out from there. But I definitely got to take care of business. Me and Charleston cooking up something beautiful for y'all. And it's going to absolutely be awesome. Absolutely be awesome. If you have not already, go into the Patreon, go and look at the content creation live stream that we just did. I got a drop coming for y'all tomorrow, and we got Stock Club coming up right after that. All right, so we working. We're working. If you're concerned that my voice is a little hoarse, it's cool, because I've been working. I've been working all day, every day. The only thing that we do is we eat, sleep, do push-ups, bust it down for a real one. Gotta have a muse, and we work. Eat, sleep, go get some money, do a couple push-ups, and work. Eat, sleep, do a little bit of recruiting. So you want to be my muse, huh? Okay. Do a couple push-ups, and then we work. We don't do nothing but that. That's it. What else is there to do? I went out, checked on the property today. Man, I am deploying so much money. I have spent so much money in real estate. It's insane. I got multiple different properties being developed at the same time. I got 4 different places. I got 1 being renovated and 3 being built all at the same time. Crazy. Crazy. But run up that bag and go deploy that capital and keep getting the money. That's what it's all about. I Choose You to Tour Part 2, second leg. Oh, man. All right, y'all. We got a lot to cover today. As usual, nothing's changed. We got a lot to cover today. All right. What up, Destiny? What up, Kay Cooper? What up, Matt Johnson? What up, Azriel? What up, Leonard? Intentionally Me, I see you. ABJ's Wise, your car in the building. I see y'all. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. If I missed you, it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't on purpose. Crown Me Josh. I'm just reading the chat as I see it right now. Juan the Wiser, Jason 18. Hey, I should do that as a part of the merch drop this weekend with the hats, the I Choose You 2 tour, second leg. I seen a fake account of me yesterday on TikTok that said it was the Millionaire Morning Show. I said, where did this happen? When did it start happening? What up, Sabrina? What up, AC? What up, Dennis? Chase, Courtney Egger, I see you. DJ Ace Productions, I see you. Jason 18, what up? DJ Bobby J, what up? Rod Jones, what up? Fukari Ferry, I appreciate you. ABJ, I said what I said. Will Nola, Eddie Edify, what's going on? Michael Mitchell. Yeah. All right, Purple A's, I see you. Robert Taylor, what up? All right, y'all, let's get started with the show. I think we should start at the top with Netflix. Well, let me read the super chats and the cash apps, and then we'll start at the top. Rebuke the fake accounts. Facts. Shout out to Mike, that dude. I appreciate you, Mike, that dude. Hey, Mike was kind of laughing at Slimmy when his reaction to 3 kids yesterday. That was hilarious. If y'all haven't watched that, go rewatch that show from last night on After Hours. John Teal in the building says this is for the collection plate. What up, John Teal? What up? Rand Wilson says I need that hat for my birthday. When your birthday, Rand? Happy birthday to everybody that got a birthday coming up this weekend and this week. I appreciate y'all. Larry, some guy named Larry hit me up at 3:12 in the morning on Cash App, and he says, I'm requesting money because I need gas until payday. Decline. You're not even one of my hoes, bro. Come on, man. You're not even one of my hoes. Declined. Nope. Nope, you're not even one of my hoes. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm in my villain era anyway, so I'm not doing it. No. Do you have titties? Then I say no. Vito Royale, what's going on, big dog? Yeah, hit me up at 3 in the morning like he about to come over. Nigga, what? Y'all get the fuck up out of here. Chase Barnes says, happy Friday, AD and Peeps. Question. AD, for your thumbnails, Chase Barnes. Chase. You know you can't be asking me this type of information on the internet, but you spent the 20 balls, so I'm going to just give you the basic. We use Photoshop for everything. Everything is always going to be Photoshop. Photoshop. Been using Photoshop for the last 30 years practically. All right? Photoshop all day long. Bad Habit says, morning, big dog. Another day, another bag. Chase, did you get my email for the coaching call? Yep. And I'm starting coaching calls next week. And you should get a response this weekend. I just been live streaming every day. That's what it is. Daniel says, I stay loyal to you, AD, and an angry man, real man. I appreciate you, Daniel. Y'all was laughing in the chat at Lex because of her little quirkiness, her nerdiness. Bo Winkle says, men in general don't go and buy a home or a car because of a good-looking woman. They may choose a good-looking realtor or a salesperson after they decide they want to buy a house or a car. Okay. If you say so, shout out to Bo Winkle. Cedric Barnes says, I just went to the Patreon and started looking to start creating content, but I don't have a clue on how to get started, but I'm ready to get it popping. Any advice? You just got to start a channel and you got to start talking about your life, but not being too specific. You always say you should start off documenting your journey because you need credibility into who you are and why people are buying into listening to you. And then you just got to keep doing it and being consistent. What up, Onaka? Says, you're the best to ever do it. I believe that. I genuinely believe that. I don't think nobody is messing with me. Ra says the Railman AD is my favorite. Kick my weekend right off. Listen, you know what the worst part about the weekend is? Is because y'all be forcing me to sit down on Saturday and for the majority of Sunday. That's the worst part of the weekend, Ra. And I be wanting to jump online and talk my talk. AC Reviews the World says, AD, did you see the California gave a serial child predator parole? He had more than 2 life sentences. I sent you the email. Yeah. Your car has sent me that. I can go over that in a second. I get to that in a second. Remind me about that. AR's back says, remember when bro walked to the fridge with that dirty ass beater on? Nope. Yep. Niggas in the background looking dusty. Daniel, and then they want to act like that they got all of this prestige when they come around me. Oh no, I'm so ditzy. I'm so ditzy. I have so much class. I'm not going. This ain't after hours, so I ain't going to say what I really want to say. I might derail like a motherfucker tonight on Room 9, so y'all really need to tune in. I might derail tonight. Honestly. Shout out to Daniel says, what is a Daniel Light? I'm rolling AD. You know what it is. They're my kids, man. Vito Royale says, I spoil women, I don't spoil men. Facts. Q, the executive MLE. Hey, Q is a smooth dude in real life, too. Shout out to my dog, Q, the executive MLE. Stay away from the day tour. Stay away from day tour 2026. Happy Friday, folks. Let's get to it and close out the week strong. Judas is closer than you think. Stay woke. Facts. AR is back. So you simply set the thumbnail standard through Photoshop and people still bit the flow. They bite the flow all day long. Everything I do is trend setting. When I was young, God said you the Pied Piper. Not the R. Kelly one, but the father, don't worry about it. Black Duck says, happy Friday, AD. Today of my 20th wedding. Man, congratulations. Just wanted to shout out my dark eyes. That's what you call her? She your Miss Rita and helps you to stay focused. Tony Esquire says, what's good, AD? I watched and reevaluated my score. The Departed and gave it an 8.5 out of 10. I like Heat better. Heat is better in my opinion. Heat is definitely better in my opinion. All right, y'all, let's get to it. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. What up, Heather? Hey, man, where my Detroit ladies at? I might need some inspiration this weekend. I'm not going to lie. Let me check on my baby. She might be in practice right now, though. There goes my baby.
Hello.
Hey, baby, I'm on a live stream.
Oh, hi.
How's it going, babe?
Good. I have to weigh in today.
You got to weigh in?
Yeah.
How's your hotel?
It's actually really nice. I like it.
You know, you so
I don't know what you mean.
I heard about you.
What happened?
Mama told me that Mama told me that I'm gonna tell you what she told me last night. She said, because you know how you used to always want to stay with the team at the team hotel at the Holiday Inn and all of that stuff. I heard they at the Holiday Inn. She told me that you said, can we stay in the very best hotel that there is?
Yeah, we need that.
No.
It's good because then I have a clear mind for my competition. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I don't want to be in no bootleg stuff. I'm just saying. I'm not even being like that. I'm just saying it.
And then she gonna tell me you did this. You created this.
It's both of y'all because she like it too, and so do you. So it's not even. Yeah, it's both of y'all.
Mm-hmm. What time you really practice?
I think we have training. Well, all the people are fighting today. All the cadets and juniors.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. No, don't say to me you love me now. When y'all coming back?
Sunday, I think.
Oh, y'all fly back Sunday?
Yeah.
Dope. Okay.
Because I fight on Saturday.
All right. All right, I love you.
And then we're going to be in Vegas. Love you.
You're the worst. Bye.
Bye.
So I'm going to just tell y'all that I may need a little bit of inspiration this weekend. All right. Right, gonna hit me with this. She need to stay mentally focused and relaxed. Get out of here. Dad, I need the best room service. I heard that is. I said, who is she becoming? She used to want to be around the team. Now she like, nah, listen, I only want to stay in the best. You have to treat your daughter. Listen, your daughter needs to be, she needs to be used to luxury. If your girls are not used to luxury, if they always got to figure out what they going to do, how they going to eat, where they going to stay, is the car working, is it enough on the card in order for me to get there, then that's a problem. That's a problem. That's how I know, oh man, we going to derail like a motherfucker. I'm going to cook today. That's how I know. You might be right on that over-under on the derailments. That's how I know that y'all dusty niggas. You know how I know? Because of the way that you treat the people that surround you. If your baby mama is stuck and your daughter and your kids or your son, they always got on turned over shoes and shit, and they not living the way that you, if the people around you is not eating, right? Let's say me, let's take me. And I ain't even just talking about family. I'm talking about everybody. The one thing that I've always been consistent on, and people mad at, you know why they mad on the internet? Is because they not a part of the club. They not a part of the crew. All my people gonna eat. All of them gonna get a bag. You know why? Because I'm never not going to give a bag, or I'm never not gonna make sure that my people that's around me, if I eat, you eat. The ladies is gonna be taken care of. The fellas is gonna have a bag. Everybody is gonna eat. And that's what I do. Every time I get a check, the first thing I do is what? I bust it down with the team. I know that you not really the person that you say you are, because your people is living in squalor. Your people living in squalor. I know that you're doing bad. I know you're doing bad. Because your family is living in squalor. And you want to keep talking about, oh man, no, nigga, I don't want to hear that shit. Anybody that's tied to you and that's associated with you is supposed to be eating. Your people complaining about money in these streets. Now listen, your people complain. They could complain about men, women. They could complain about corporate America. They could compare about the Epstein files. But none of them should ever be complaining about money if you the leader. If you the leader, none of your people should be out here dusty and not eating. What you mean you got to go take a shower at Planet Fitness because you live in van life? What? Nigga, my editor make more than these niggas. My editor, bro, I'm telling you, my editor is 6 figures. My editor makes 6 figures. Y'all always trying to skirt the community. You don't hire nobody. Nobody make no money that's around you. Black people dusty, families dusty, everybody living bad, everybody looking bad out in these streets. You mean you ain't sharing the wealth? You mean you getting all of that? Or you may be making some money and everybody around you dusty? Y'all live streaming together and you got to share live streams. You got to simulcast because everybody trying to figure out how to get a super chat or two. It's bad like that out here. Look at radio. It's always a nigga that they create a new account and then they get the typing her. Said Anton got a complex. I know, bro. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Let me derail all the way. I'm gonna tell you something, and then we gonna get to the show. I got thick dick energy. I got girth energy, dog. Listen, I'm so sweet. I'm so cool. I'm so great. I am the greatest nigga that you ever seen in your life. I am one step away. Two-handing it. That's what they do. I'm a dog. I walk around and I just be like, shit. Look at me. You ever walk by the mirror and be like, God damn. Vain energy. Now, some of these guys that's watching right now, they get it. They're like, you know what, Anton? I know what you're talking about. That makes sense. Those are the ones that's not upset. They not tripping. You know why? Because they like, I get it. Now I understand it. I get it. I get why you act like you act, Anton. And it's a bunch of other niggas like, man, I hate this nigga. You know why? Because you don't get it. That's not something that you can buy. You can't go to Turkey and get that. You can get a hairline, nigga. You can go and get leg lengthening surgery, your physical leg. You can go and get a nose job. You can do all of that. But you can't fix. There's some things, God said, not that one. We're not going to let you fix that. We see him. Look at him. We see him in the chat. We can tell the difference. Shout out to the Mushroom Kings. We gotta get to the show. We can't keep talking like this. We 30 minutes in, man. All right, y'all. Y'all ready? No, they don't. I don't believe that. Why would anybody let anybody put a knife to their rife? I don't believe that. Listen, I'm dog. That's scary. That's scary. AC Reviews the World says 80. Okay, we're gonna get to that shortly. You missed my $5 super chat. I'm sorry, Daniel. I apologize, but I acknowledge you. Johnny Mac says your car, the GOAT needs YouTube street. Shout out to your car. Shout out, loyal as fuck. The multiple six-figure man. That's what I call the car. If you're not inspired by this, you may be the problem. Shout out to AR's back. All right, y'all, we got to get to Netflix. We got to get to it. We got to stop joking around. I know I be trolling and joking with the people, but we got to get to it. We can't keep leaning into the foolishness. All right? There goes my baby. I would prefer to talk about this on Stock Club, but we can just keep it real general. All right, let's get to it.
This is some other breaking news on a story that we've been closely following, because in just the last few minutes, this is a big battle that's in the media world, the business world, but it could affect the stuff you like to watch. Netflix, we've just found out it's not raising its offer to try to get Warner Brothers Discovery after Paramount did the same. Remember, Paramount and Netflix both want to buy Warner Brothers. It seemed like Netflix was the front runner until about 10 minutes ago. Okay, Paramount came out. Apparently, its offer was, quote unquote, superior. All of it as there's been this political backdrop, too. Let me get to our business correspondent, Ali Canal. What in the heck is happening, Ali? Because this all developed in like the last 10 minutes. Paramount and Netflix had been locked in what seemed like it could have been a protracted battle to try to buy, right, Warner Brothers Discovery. Does this mean if Netflix is pulling out, is it over? Is it a done deal? Is WBD Paramount's?
It seems like it at this point. Netflix did have 4 days to counter with a superior deal. And just to back up here, the sweetened Paramount deal valued Warner Brothers Discovery at around $77 billion minus debt. So just around $31 a share. This was for the whole company. Netflix just wanted the studio and streaming side. Their offer was just under $28 a share. That gave WBD an equity valuation of around $72 billion. Now, I want to read a brief statement here from
Listen. I believe that Paramount is going to suffer. Paramount is going to suffer. Paramount played defense in order to try to block. Paramount was basically dirty macking, and they said, "Nah, we're not going." I don't think that Paramount values Warner Brothers, platforms, and IP at $108 billion. I think that they are absolutely out of their mind and insane. And I think that, and if you look at what happened with Netflix after this deal and after hours, Netflix jumped 10, 11% immediately. After hours, oh, it's still there. It's still there. The shareholders reacted and they said that, yo, we think that this is a great move from Netflix to say, nah, we good. Nah, because it ain't nowhere in the world that Netflix is supposed to up the ante and then pay $108 billion for Warner Brothers Discovery Library. And Netflix didn't make the same mistake. It's up 10% today. And so, I went ahead and reallocated my portfolio because we made a bag today. Thank God for Netflix and their leadership. Reed Hastings and all of that, right? And so Netflix didn't want to make the same mistake that Disney made. What mistake did Disney make? Disney, in order to try to compete with Netflix, especially the pandemic and all of that, Disney overpaid, in my opinion, for Fox. And then they had to spin off Fox Sports and several other entities to make sure that they didn't have a monopoly and to pass it through. But what they did was they took on a tremendous amount of debt to acquire Fox, but they have not been able to capitalize off of it because they wanted to boost their product library on Disney Plus. Which saddled the company with too much debt, and they have not been able to make the money that they're supposed to make off of the acquisition of Fox's assets. And so Netflix, Stock Club, the link to Stock Club, I'm not going to deep dive into what we do and all of the charts and stuff because we talk about that in the Patreon. We got that coming up on, I believe, Monday. Netflix said, well, we want to buy because we are killing it. We at the top. We still maintaining our position. We still acquiring subscribers. We still profitable. We still running up a bag. Our stock price is at an all-time high. We're going to make a bid for Warner Brothers, right? And so they valued it somewhere north of $70 billion, closer to $77, $78 billion, right? Paramount said that we're going to take out debt and we're going to do some special financing and we're going to make an offer that you can't refuse. And Netflix said, we're not doing that. And so the shareholders are rewarding the company by backing out of the deal and not trying to match Paramount's bid for Netflix just to try to deflect them from being able to get more IP. And that's why the stock popped today. And I never expected for Netflix to actually go through with that deal of trying to match $108 billion. Now, who wins? The shareholders over at Warner Brothers wins, Paramount loses, and Netflix is the winner of this whole thing because I don't think that Netflix needs Warner Brothers at all. The way that they were going to leverage it is being able to kind of have it as its own separate entity, and then you would be able to bundle it along with a Netflix subscription, similar to the way that Hulu and Disney do it. And I said, nah, people don't want that. People don't want that. People want more value for their money. They want more value for their money. They don't want to be in subscription Armageddon for things that are not valuable to them because it's a bunch of subscriptions that we have for just one show, right? You'll get into one show and forget about it. Next thing you know, you got a Paramount subscription for a bunch of long time, right? People don't want that. They want value for their money. The subscriptions that I'm subscribed to bring me value for my money. It teaches me something. It helps me to get more money. I actually value it from an entertainment perspective. I pay $250 a month for Gemini, but it makes me more money. That's the whole idea. And I think that people are starting to get tired of subscriptions. And that could be no more visible than what you see in the sports arena. You know what people are sick of in the NFL and the NBA? Not only is everything getting overpriced, but people are absolutely sick of the fact that you got to have Amazon Prime, you got to have the NFL Network, you got to have ESPN Plus, you got to have all of these different things just to be able to catch the games that you want to catch. When it used to just be on regular TV. I went to watch the Pistons game the other night, the Pistons versus the Thunder, and I said, what I got to subscribe to? I didn't even remember what I had to subscribe to. I said, man, I'm not even going to watch this shit, bro. I could have just went to the game if I wanted to, but I was streaming with my friends, and I said, I don't feel like I'm not going to fumble the bag for nobody, right? I'm not fumbling the bag for anybody. So, you know, I made sure that I did whatever it is that I had to do. Sold my tickets, got to the bag, started streaming with my people, and went into that. But you telling me I got to have 7 different subscriptions to watch the games that I want to watch, whether it's NFL or... And people are sick. I'm telling you that people are sick of that. And so the people that are going to win are the ones that already are continuously developing a good product library. I think that Netflix is doing really great with developing their own product library. They don't necessarily need a back catalog in a bundled situation. I don't think that that works well for them. And again, that's why the shareholders are rewarding them on the back end.
He said, quote, the transaction we negotiated would have created shareholder value with a clear path to regulatory approval. However, we've always been disciplined, and at the price required to match Paramount Skydance's latest offer, the deal is no longer financially attractive. So we are declining to match the Paramount Skydance bid. Now, I did speak with some prominent WBD shareholders who told me that Netflix would have to come in at around $32 a share in order to end this. And Netflix just didn't want to do that. They have said in the past that they are going to be disciplined. However, I want to make it clear, they wanted this. Co-CEO Ted Sarandos has been on a media blitz. He's been on multiple networks advocating for this deal. He appeared before the Senate saying that this deal would be pro-consumer, and they've invested significant capital already in pursuit of this deal. So this is something that they wanted. It is interesting to see them back down so quickly. But of course, you have to remember here, Hallie, that no matter where this goes, shareholders still have to vote on this deal. That happens on March 20th. And then, of course, there's that antitrust question with the DOJ. The DOJ and ultimately President Trump is going to have to approve this.
Well, that's what's so interesting. And President Trump told our own Tom Yamas, of course, that he was going to stay out of this. But we've seen this sort of interesting Washington overlay just today. The Netflix co-CEO, Ted Sarandos, was at the White House 2 days ago. David Ellison, the Paramount CEO, was at the State of the Union when the president was speaking. So there's a lot of like D.C. drama, too.
I'm going to be honest with y'all. For me personally, with my subscriptions, the only thing that I spend my time on is YouTube Premium, because I'm on YouTube all the time. So it only makes sense for me to use Premium. I'm on Patreon. So I'm going to pick the people, and I'd rather support smaller creators than big networks. Gemini, and my Adobe subscriptions, because I got to have Photoshop, Premiere Pro, all of the tools that I need in order to work efficiently. I can't think of much more than that. I'm willing to, I already had let go of Disney Plus, and I ain't missed nothing, right? The only reason I keep Netflix and HBO, now I got to have HBO because, you know, you got to have The Wire. I'm going to rewatch The Wire 100 times out of 100. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing that I really feel like I need is those things. Everything else is a nice to have. I might throw in, you know, I'm strongly, honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that we do movie reviews, right, that we go to the back catalog and we do movie reviews and stuff like that, I probably would have already canceled Netflix because I'm tired of all of the woke shit. I'm genuinely tired of all of the woke shit. Hey, ain't this crazy? Bruh. What's going on? Let me show y'all something. Let me tell you how much motion that I have. I'm going to show y'all how much motion I got. This is how I know I'm the king of this shit. I'm talking. While I'm talking, the team at Patreon just DM'd me. Now, while I'm talking in real time, because I'm one of the biggest content creators when it comes to Patreon, literally I'm sorry, Patreon. I got to tell them what's going on. I got to tell them what's happening. While I'm talking, Patreon reaches out to me in real time. Hey, Anton, the creator team at Patreon is eager to connect with you and bring you into management. Y'all want to offer me that type of bag now? Y'all want to bring me into management? Oh, see, now you know the niggas on YouTube gonna feel some type of way about this shit. The niggas on YouTube gonna feel some type of way about this shit. Hey, Anton, I want to bring you into management. Oh, man. Shout out to Patreon. I know y'all love me. Except... If you're not part of the Bag Chasers, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top. Do I not tell y'all everything in the back? See, y'all just, the general public is seeing this shit in real time. But in the Bag Chasers, y'all used to this because I share these type of things with y'all all the time. And I shall tell y'all what the strategy is. Shout out to Patreon. Shout out to Patreon. Well, you know they're not going to clip this because they don't want to. They don't want to. Because, see, I stand on being independent, right? What have I been saying? Hey, you don't have to sell out. You don't have to go and take the Netflix deal because you're going to fuck up your user base and you're going to fuck up your core audience. You're going to lose a lot of the motion that you had. Stay independent. Don't worry about it. Keep working. The money is going to come. Make sure you do it the right way. You don't have to take a major deal. You don't have to do none of this shit, whatever, right? You don't have to do none of that. Stay independent, stay focused, stay working, stop selling out. What have I always said? You don't have to go and sell out to the fucking gambling companies. You don't have to go and sell out to Netflix. You ain't got to, don't let them take none of your control of your show. None of that. Own 100% of yourself and work your ass off. I'd rather have less money up front and get all of mine on the back end. Fuck what you talking about. The people need to see that the culture needs to own itself. They need to see that you own yourself. That you don't have to go and give nothing to these fucking corporations. You ain't got to give a damn to these motherfuckers. You don't have to give nothing up. Nothing. Because listen, if they willing to give you that bag, then how much are you truly worth? How much are you really worth? How much are you worth to yourself? How much are you worth to yourself? You ain't got to sell out to these major corporations. You got to make, listen, the reason why a lot of people sell out, in my opinion, is because they don't really believe. They got imposter syndrome. They don't really believe in what they built. And so they letting other people and they don't even control themselves. iHeartMedia control that shit. And they're going to give you $1. And don't get me wrong. I think it's great that people are able to make the type of money and get the type of bags that they're getting. But what does that mean to the next young person that's coming up? And so all we is worth is a couple dollars. That's all we worth is a couple. If you got motion, you had motion before they came to the door. You don't really need them. You don't need none of these motherfuckers. You know what you need? God. That's all I need is God. Despite all, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. No weapon formed against, well, you don't believe that shit because you just say it. You just talking because it sounded good and they told you that inside of the church. You never believed it. Nothing can stop me. No motion. The only person that can slow me down, no matter how many people wish against me, they hurt themselves. No matter how much people bank against you, they gonna hurt themselves. And they say you gonna know them by their fruit. You know who God's people are by their fruit. So regardless of how they try to paint you, or if they try to destroy your reputation, or they try to paint a narrative, they're going to hurt themselves. You cannot stop what God has already ordained to be great. It's not up to you. It don't matter if you get the Avengers, you can get them all. You can do whatever you want to do. It don't matter. The king is the king. It does not matter. They can get 100 different content creators. Guess what the numbers is doing? They numbering. You know what they doing on everybody else's platform? They the same. And the minute if they stop talking about you, they dead. They dead in the water. There's nothing they can do. There's nothing you can fucking do. There's nothing. I stand against everybody. And I will go it alone. I stand against everything and everyone that ever comes against me or ever say that they can stop me. I stand against everything. Everybody. I don't give a fuck about nobody. Nobody. Except for the chasers. And if you don't, I'm trying to inspire y'all to help y'all to understand that y'all don't have to go along to get along with nobody. This ain't even just content. This is life. If anybody goes against what you got going on in your program, remove it and keep going. And it don't matter what happened. All of that shit around you is just noise. It's all noise. You got a goal, you got an agenda, you got a purpose that you got to execute on. You go. You don't slow down. You don't look left. You don't look right. You don't get distracted. You don't stop working. You keep going. You know how bothered niggas is that the motion is motioning? You know how bothered that is? We hit them with our best. And I ain't even gotten started yet. I ain't even began. It's not even, bro. Nigga, what I got coming, the hammers, it's about to hammer. No forgiveness, no mercy, no making it right, no kumbayas, no let's fix it together, no apologies, none of that shit. That's dead. That's dead forever. It's up forever. And so we're going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to keep working. We're going to keep grinding. And then we gonna have a bunch of little side quests here and there. Side quests is coming here and there. Oh, I remember that. Oh man, okay. I never forgot. I'm never going to forget. From now until the day that I'm in my grave, I got pressure. It's pressure. It's pressure.
A lot of DC drama. That has also been a really interesting element here, especially because this has been a bipartisan effort on the Hill, really targeting this proposed Netflix WBD merger. It's going to be interesting to see if Paramount faces those same kinds of questions, those same kinds of inquiries. You would assume so. But yeah, I mean, this has just been a crazy ride over the past few months. This really escalated over the past few weeks, and especially within the past hour. Hallie, I was just on the show not too long ago, and you said we'll be talking about this in the coming days. And look, 10 minutes later, here we are.
So then last question for you, just before I let you go. From a person who likes to watch TV's perspective, right? Like if you're a consumer, you're just a regular person who watches the stuff that WBD, that Paramount puts out, do we know what kind of, if this all goes through, and again, a lot of ifs, as you've laid out, there's a long road ahead, but would it change the experience for the regular person who's looking to watch stuff?
That's something we're going to have to get more clarity on in the days ahead. Now, with the Netflix deal, they did say they were going to keep the platforms separate and also said they would offer a bundled offering. And ultimately, that would be good for the consumer because that bundled offering would be cheaper. We'll have to hear what David Ellison plans to do. Do they plan to integrate the two streaming platforms, keep them separate like Netflix was going to do? These are all question marks that regulators are going to have, and ultimately consumers as well, because like you said, this does affect the content that we watch on a.
Shout out to Netflix. I think they made the right decision. I think that Paramount is going to be in trouble in a few years. You'll probably see them trying to siphon off and sell parts of the business, maybe try to spin off a little bit of debt. But I think that Netflix made the right deal. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Somebody says, I started praying for my business daily and clients' businesses. Also started praying for people who align with my values and goals. Chance, just work. Just work. Everything is going to work out the way that it's supposed to. Just work. Just stay working, bro. Tony Esquire says, in my opinion, Mimi is the strongest amongst your Wednesday lineup, and I think she fit well with your starters. Well, we'll see. We got new shows coming too. So Chris Cunningham says, you have to look at it from a media standpoint. CNN and ABC is with Warner Brothers, so the CEO of Paramount is looking to restructure CNN. Maybe, but at the same time, are they going to destroy themselves in the process? Because the value is the value, right? And you got to take on a lot more debt in order to get that. P. Shank says, good morning, Anton and the Millionaire Morning Show. What up, P. Shank? Wesley Turner says, the bag chasers, AD, not the other way around. The bag chasers, AD, that's a fact. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Spaces says Patreon is about to be a whole different app now. If I'm in the management. If they bring me in management, oh yeah. Interesting. Okay. All right. Philip Sadiq says, do yourself a favor, join the Patreon. The beauty of it is you can watch it over and over again and get the education and real world knowledge. You know, Philip. The chasers know. Courtney Yeager says, dog, no glaze, real talk. This just reconfirms to just keep going. This lets me know I'm on the right path and excited because I still have such a long way to go. And my inner circle is coming with me. And I'm building a plane as I fly. You say, Anton, don't be Jay-Z at Def Jam. You know what? Let me do an evaluation of different people's platforms that's been speaking about me on Patreon. Interesting. Let me see. You know, I don't like the content that they're putting up. This actually is against the community guidelines that we have here. And they don't have many subscribers anyway. We're gonna take that little bit of money they got going on. We're not paying them this month. We're gonna penalize them. We're gonna go ahead and suspend their account for the next 3 months, and then we'll reevaluate it after that. You know what? There's some accounts we need to flag over here. Let me. We'll talk about it in 3 months. We'll reevaluate it and see what's going on over here. Oh, I gotta call. I'm gonna talk to the people at Patreon and I'm gonna see. I'm gonna reevaluate some things. I'm gonna see. I might just join the management team just for the hell of it. I might join the management team for the hell of it. I told y'all I'm one of the top dogs. Or we might just take a bigger cut of the pie. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? You don't meet the minimum threshold to be over here on this platform, sir. Ma'am. Big back, ma'am. You don't meet the threshold, Miss Big Back. Give me a second. Let me go and reconvene with my team. I got to talk to legal. All right. We'll get there. Shout out to Chase Barnes. Chase Barnes says, if AD is the manager, then we know the content will be dope, but there will be storming, normally, and performing. Cuts will happen. Yeah, we got it. We got to check. We got to check different accounts to see what the performance is. See what's going on. TS Car Wash Detail Services. 80 is the biggest. Money talk, bullshit walk. Don't worry about it. Okay, all right, we got a call schedule. All right, I got a call schedule with Patreon later on today. So we gonna figure it out. I'm gonna keep you guys updated later on today inside of the Bag Chasers. I'll let y'all know in the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description of any of the most recent videos inside of the Patreon. We're gonna go from there. All right. Somebody asked me to cover this story. California serial. I know you sent that to me yesterday, your car. Let me see something. Let me pull this up real quick. We'll get back to them late. We'll get back to them shortly. All right, we're gonna get back to them shortly. History. Siri, no. Stop, Siri.
Yes.
We thank you.
Oh, not that one. I want to come off that one. Let's go here.
All right, so a convicted child kidnapper and molester has been granted parole in California under the state's controversial elderly parole program. This after a judge described him as a monster his parents feared the most. David Funston was sentenced to 3 life sentences after he was convicted of attacking 8 children in Sacramento County in the 90s. Here's the sheriff.
There are some folks that deserve a second chance in life. Someone that does these type of things, they don't deserve a second chance in life. What are we coming to as a society here in California? That it's okay with this, to let him out. What in the hell is going on in California? 100%, what is happening in our state? This cannot happen, it's not okay.
California Congressman Kevin Kiley represents part of Sacramento County. He joins us now. Congressman, thanks so much for joining the program. The governor of the state, Gavin Newsom, released this statement to us. He said the Board of Parole hearings is an independent agency made this decision. The governor asked the BBH to re-review its decision. The governor doesn't agree with the outcome. He wants to call it an independent agency, but he appointed these people.
Well, not only that, I mean, this idea, I had nothing to do with this. Number one, he signed the law that made this individual eligible for release. And number two, this is his parole board that recommended his release. I mean, this is an individual who was described at his sentencing hearing by the judge as the monster that parents fear most. The judge said there is no man on earth that is deserving of this sentence as you. He got 3 life sentences. He had 16 counts of kidnapping and child molestation. He had at least 8 victims, ages 4 to 7, that he would lure to his car using candy and toys. He would kidnap them, abuse them, molest them, leave them on the side of the road.
Listen, bro, when I tell you that who you elect to leadership is a reflection of the people, there are people running around in the Democratic Party. There's people running around on social media. There's people running around actually saying that Gavin Newsom should be president of the United States of America. They're saying that Gavin Newsom should be president of the United States of America, y'all. Wake up. Wake up. Snap out of the slumber. Snap out of the slumber. Snap out of the slumber. They're saying that he should be president of the United States of America. His parole board is a reflection of him. He appointed him. He signed this into law. How does a child molester get parole with 3 life sentences? Three life sentences. How does a person get parole with 3 life sentences? How? Forget the 3 life sentences. How is a person even eligible for parole? Because see, this is where I stand on this. I believe that anybody that does things and is convicted and proven, because it could be a lot of false accusations, and so I still believe in the American justice system is innocent until proven guilty. But let's say that you are clearly proven, such as this man, to be this diabolical, there should never be an option for parole. Anybody that does something to kids, to children, you should never be eligible for parole. Whatever sentence that you are given, you should be required to serve out the entirety of it. You should not get any good time. You should not get anything reduced from your sentence, and you should go to the maximum prison. You should never be eligible for parole. You should have to serve out the entirety of your sentence for whatever you're sentenced from. That's what I believe that the justice system should change. But not only is this okay, because I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth, I don't believe this is a mistake. I believe that our politicians, when we're looking at these Epstein files, right? And then we also take into consideration what happens within our own culture. Meaning that guys are still talking to underage chicks. I seen the comedian. Shout out to Poetic Flacco. Poetic Flacco, he's a really, really good streamer. I think that he's doing an incredible fucking job covering a lot of different issues. Poetic Flacco is actually doing a job that, in my opinion, respectfully, because I don't have anything negative to say about O'Shea Duke Jackson, I stand on that. When I said that I'm not going to be on that type of time with him, that I would never say anything negative about him because I actually have spoken to him on the phone in real life, I stand on that. But when we just talking about from a content perspective, Poetic Flacco is doing what O'Shea should be doing from a content perspective. He's objective. He's good at what he does. He continues to grow. He's evolving in his platform, and he's covering shit effectively, right? And it's funny because he's one of the main ones that are highlighting the people that support people that actually speak negatively or do things to kids. Children should be off limits, always. Children should be off limits, always. Always, forever and a day. Forever and a day. There's no way that we should ever be given passes, let alone paroling people who has been convicted of luring children to his van and doing things, nasty things to children. I did hear about that. I'm going to cover that in a second, Mr. Joe. I got you.
So this is absolutely horrifying.
Here's one of the victims.
I have nephews and nieces, and that I'm concerned about. If this man comes back to Sacramento, this is where my family's at. This is where I'm from. Wow. So if he gets out, who knows if he'll do it again. I was told that he fantasizes still about, children and stuff. Like, why would you let this man out if this is what this man is saying,
I believe that we're trying to normalize in society the demonic behavior as far as how people are viewing children in a sexual way. I believe that society is trying to really, they working hard. They're working hard. I believe that legislators, powerful people, society and culture is trying to do to children what they did with the LGBTQ community, what they did with gay marriage. I believe that they're really trying hard to normalize it. They've been working on this shit for a long time. They're trying to normalize the feelings that adults have towards children. They're trying to normalize and desensitize you to not make it a big deal when it comes to how people are viewing children. That is correct, Eric. They're calling them MAPs, minor attracted persons. They're giving it names. They're making it, checking it twice. They keep on pushing the shit. And eventually, why would I think that society is going to do anything different than what they've already done when it comes to us normalizing this sodomy and this bestiality? And why would it be any different than the normalization of a man climbing on the back of another man? Y'all have already normalized that. That's not normal. Y'all already normalized people pretending to be the opposite sex and for them to trans. If society in California, for example, is okay with parents allowing for their children, underage children, to transition genders, why would I put it past society and culture to accept this bullshit? Why would we just automatically, oh, you know what, that'll never happen? How many times have we said that? If I had $1 for every time somebody said, you know what, that'll never happen, and it happened, I'd be filthy rich. We let it slip under the radar. We try to make it not make a big deal. Then they just continue to desensitize you. There's no real outrage, and everything just go just normal. Just normal.
When he gets out, how do you not know if he will continue? He's a serial sex offender.
I mean, the guy rapes children and then he smiles in his mugshot. I mean, is this someone that we want back on the street?
Well, of course not. And it is a reckless law that we have in California, this so-called elderly parole law. I was actually in the legislature when this passed. I voted against it. It was bipartisan opposition to it. It allows for even the most vile offenders, if they're over the age of 50, to be released from prison early. And there was bipartisan opposition to that, by the way. So I'm calling for the reversal of this reckless law, as well as others in California that have let tens of thousands of serious criminals out of prison early under Gavin Newsom's watch. And we're also calling for this individual in particular to be committed under a civil procedure known as the sexually violent predator process.
We'll be following it. I just hope the vote.
This is crazy, bro. It is absolutely insane. It's crazy. It's crazy. I just think it's crazy. I think it's insane. It really is insane. But blame our politicians, blame the people that voted them in, and blame society for accepting shit that shouldn't be accepted. Honestly. Shout out to you, AC Reviews the World. I did forget about that. I wasn't going to review that today, but since you reminded me, we went and got that. Maybe you can help Tyler Oliveira get remonetized. Who is Tyler Oliveira? Let me see. He got almost 9 million subscribers. Why wouldn't he be monetized? He not monetized? One of his famous videos is he snuck into Epstein's island.
You're not welcome.
Let me see if he monetized. I could just switch my account. Let me switch over to.
You're not welcome here, and you're not welcome in a lot of other places based on your videos.
You don't own this place. You don't own America.
No, you should move on. Nobody wants you here. Please move.
Kids in these communities had their schools
blood is pouring through the street.
He not monetized. What is he not monetized on? Tell me what he not monetized on, chat.
You're not welcome.
In 2017.
What is he not monetized on? He not monetized on anything? Because I can't tell if he's monetized or not on YouTube. It don't look like he monetized on YouTube. Oh, he not Patreon canceled him? Wow. That's unfortunate. That's very, very unfortunate. I've never heard of him before. This is my first time ever hearing about him. Don Drigo says, what are your thoughts on the fraud by Tyler and New York? They have their own police. I haven't seen it. I have no idea. All right, let me see. Twitter. He's on Twitter. I've never seen him. I've never heard of him before. Running for president in the United States in the year 2036. Where did he post it on YouTube? Oh, he got removed off Patreon. Man, that's crazy. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm just now learning about him, so I have to do some research to understand who he is and then go from there. I'll do some research and see what's happening. Wesley Turner says, and y'all want Gavin Newsom to be president. Manny Plays PC says California is its own country. TS Car Wash and Detail Services, one of the victims moved from Cali already. Dr. Mad Hatton says there's a convicted sex offender that's running for city council in Fresno. Yeah, I heard about that too. Let me pull that up. I just watched that. Fresno. Convicted. I'll review it after we read these super chats. Shout out to Dr. Mad Hatton. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says he knew he was getting out. Look at his mugshot. Thank you, my friend. Shout out to Marlo Reed. Marlo Reed, thank you for supporting the platform. I appreciate you, Marlo. Thank you for the 20 ball. You are absolutely awesome. All right. It's the Shy Guy says, AD, a registered sex offender is running for city council. Yeah, I'm going to get there. I'm about to cover it right now. Chase Barnes says, yeah, dude looks like he kept his hand in a cookie jar. I mean, look at that smile. Where's Chris Hansen at? He already got 3 life sentences, and he getting out in California. Thank you, Chase Barnes, for the 20 ball. Me University says, AD, you like, what is that, 6 now? Shout out to Me University. I appreciate you. Tyrone, Dub 1 says, just another thing that says all that needs to be said about the Democrat Party, but fools I know will still vote blue because Orange Man bad shaking my head is demons. Mr. Joe says, what up, AD? Did you hear about the registered sex offender? Yep, I'm getting there. Mr. Joe says, we basically at the bottom of the gay right slippery slope. The alphabet plus silent P. Manny Plays PC says it's peak of the future if we allow these people to take back the presidency. Chase Barnes says, in my Trump State of the Union voice, these people are crazy. Daniel says, sin old as tiring. Jesus needs to break from the cross. All right, let me show y'all this of what I'm seeing.
Registered sex offender has launched a
Hold on, let me back up for a minute.
A registered sex offender has launched a Fresno City Council campaign to represent District 7, which includes Old Fig Garden, East Central Fresno, and parts of Southeast Fresno. He would join a crowded field vying for the seat when Councilman Nelson Esparza's term runs out. The controversial political hopeful spoke with Action News reporter Brisa Colon in his first television interview about the criminal past. He's not hiding.
Well, I believe Fresno deserves leaders that are honest from the very beginning, not the end. So going into this, I am putting my life out there.
Up front about his status as a registered sex offender, Rene Campos is not running from his past as he runs for office.
I've been given the chance to rehabilitate through the courts and back into the system.
Okay, wait a minute. What I'm trying to understand here is this. Let's slow down for a second. To be honest with you, Rene Campos, I'm not sure if Rene is a girl or a guy. Rene Campos.
For office. Rene Campos.
I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know. I'm assuming that it's a guy. But number one, it was almost like, because, you know, it's crazy now out here in these streets. It's crazy in these streets. I don't know. A lot of y'all saying that the person is trans. I don't know what it is. Honestly, I'm genuinely concerned. I don't know if the crime was under a different name either. So let me see. Rene Campos.
Campos is not running from his past as he runs for office.
I've been given the chance to rehabilitate.
All right, Rene Campos. Is it Campos, C-O-M? Is it C-O-M? C-A-M. Uncovering my story. Pressure's not where it's at. Raised by my mother, taught me to protect the vulnerable, tell the truth even when it costs you. I've worked, led teams, held institutions accountable when failed, experienced homelessness. Is it a man or is it a woman? He earned leadership through real world pressure. I got to contact this person. Initially charged with a felony. The candidate who was initially charged with a felony count of possessing child sexual abuse material only served 27 days in prison, according to court records, with the rest of his sentence being served as treatment or rehabilitation. I just want to see if how far this can go. Did I type that wrong? I'm not able to really find nothing like that. All I'm able to find is the general idea. So they were in possession of child sexual abuse material in 2018. When a 15-year-old believes his life is over because of a mistake, that is more than a headline. It's a test of whether our system balances accountability with prevention and long-term safety. So was he 15? I just need to know more. I need to know more. That's why I'm inviting him to be on the platform, and I need to know whether or not it's an actual, I'm assuming it's a guy. I want to know more, and that's why I invited him on the platform to understand exactly what's going on. After serving a sentence, ex-convicts are actually allowed in California to reapply and become a registered voter again, which would make them eligible to run as long as you're living in a proper jurisdiction. How old was he?
About his status as a registered sex offender, Rene Campos is not running from his past as he runs for office.
I've been given the chance to rehabilitate through the courts and back into the system.
Charged with being in possession of child sex abuse material back in 2018, the Fresno native says
we can figure this out. How old is Rene Campos? Age. I need to know how old they are. I don't see any age on here. Somebody in the chat find out how old Rene Campos is so I can better understand exactly when this or how old the person was and when it happened. Somebody in the chat tell me how old the person is. Can't be 65. Yeah, somebody tell me how old this person is and then let me know. 42? Are y'all sure? Are y'all sure he's 42? He looks about 42. That sounds about right. So in 2018, which was 8 years ago, then that would mean you would basically be 34. So you were in your 30s.
He pled no contest to a misdemeanor charge, now launching his campaign to represent District 7 on the Fresno City Council. He says his focus is on safety.
Somebody said, why would age matters? Is because I'm trying to compare and contrast different information that I'm getting online, right? Some things are saying 15, and I'm trying to figure out how long ago it was. And so if I can put together a timeline and do a little bit of quick research, I can better understand exactly what's going on and what the person is, right? If you were convicted of it and you're 15 years old, then I think that changes the context of things than if you convicted of it and you're 34 years old, right? I want to know if this is a biological man or a biological woman, because you can't tell anymore. I want to know, where they from, what exactly they were convicted of. Were they convicted of as an 18-year-old holding on to talking to a chick that was 17 or 16? Or were they luring kids into the van, or did they have child material? All of this matters because it adds context. Instead of just letting it be a blanket situation or a blanket statement, it adds context to the conversation. And so it gives me more insight. Y'all said he was 28 when he was convicted? Okay. He was 28 when he was convicted.
So I say, let's choose somebody outside the box. Somebody.
And let me show y'all something. If you're looking at this right now, let me tell you what happens. In order to run for a city council seat, they did two things. The first thing that they did was they came out and they said, listen, I want to put my pass out in front of everybody. I want to put my pass out in front of everybody. That way you can't come back later and say, oh, man. And so if he get in front of it, then he can blunt his opponents from being able to use that against him. That's the first thing. The second thing I'm noticing is they took the earrings out. So you see the big old holes? So in order for them to look more marketable to people, right? Because this person right here is a completely different person as far as the image that they're trying to portray than this person right here, right? It also looks like they may have put makeup on the tattoo that's on the other side of his face, because if you see this side, you can actually see the tattoo that's on his neck on the other side, right? So they're marketing themselves different. They selling themselves as different. They're putting on different clothes. They're putting on, they got a different type of haircut. They removed the earrings, the large earrings that opens up your ear, and they're trying to make themselves more marketable because he's going through a rebrand. Going through a complete rebrand. You know what I'm saying? So when I see stuff, I notice certain things. I notice the holes in the ear. I notice that you can't really see the tattoo anymore. It might even be a little bit of makeup, or he might just be having the camera face that way so you can't see it as much. It may still be there, but they may have the camera facing that way so you don't see it as much. You know what I'm saying?
Who knows this
there
from inside
is there
out. Because I've experienced.
But he has the camera angled to where you're not focusing on the tattoo, and you're not focused on the gauges that's inside, and you're more focused on, okay, maybe this is a person that's rehabilitated.
Experience the laws that we are trying to reform right now.
Fresno County Clerk and Registrar of Voters James Coos says state law does not prevent a registered sex offender from running for office.
Once you leave prison, you're on probation, you actually are allowed in California to reapply and become a registered voter again, which would then make you eligible to be able to run as long as you are living in the proper jurisdiction.
Campos looks to enter a growing field of people vying for the seat. Another candidate says he shouldn't join the race.
I think it should be a disqualifier to serve in public office.
Nope. I don't vote for you.
If I'm the next council member in District 7 and I can't show up at a school site, how can I best represent the people in the neighborhoods I want to serve?
Each candidate brings.
I'm just going to profile right away. Nope, 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 nope. Is this the best that y'all got? Nope, 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 nope. Is this the best that y'all got? Nope. I can look at this right now and tell you what's wrong with everybody. You're not culturally right? Because you're trying to bring your culture in to something that's over here. And I don't give a fuck if you're young. Nope. You don't represent what we want inside of America. This other guy, this guy in the middle, I'm going to profile all of these people right here for y'all. All right. This guy in the middle, he's definitely a foreigner. He probably speaks English. He looks like he's probably a businessman. The first guy is he got his own beliefs, and so we're not going to allow for that shit to come in American culture no more. The second guy is probably the best candidate, but again, one of the things is I always want to know exactly how you're going to perform and if you respect American values and American culture. But I'm pretty sure that he's the best candidate out of all of them because he's probably a businessman and he probably cares about the community because he understands how it affects business people. And he don't want to leave because that's going to be his forever home. The third person, we already know who that is. And so hopefully we can have a conversation with that. I still got questions. The fourth person, I'm pretty sure that, is probably somebody in the community. She might have got laid off, maybe a single mother, says that she wants to stand up for the community. Could be a soccer mom, could be married, but I doubt it. Because very rarely, if you're a soccer mom and you're a person that is a stay-at-home mom, you don't usually run for office. You don't usually try to take this position. Most of the time, it's a power play if your wife try to run for it and they don't already have small kids. But I'm almost sure, I can almost guarantee you that she's a single mother and she's trying to get a position, which means that she's incredibly liberal. Y'all profiling with me or no? Single mom, sex offender, foreign businessman, probably had a store or two or did some business and don't want to leave or is disgusted with how this community is changing and wants to change the laws from a business perspective, which is probably the best candidate, and super liberal, culturally inappropriate person all the way on the left.
A different background and focus to the race. AJ Rossomny says homelessness is his priority.
I never thought I'm going to be in politics. However, I'm a business owner.
God damn it. Yo, somebody go and get me. I need to be on the investigating team. I need to be on the investigative team because you're not going to tell me that profiling don't matter. You're not going to tell me that I should not be on the investigative team. I should be front and center at every single site where they have a crime. Yep, I know exactly who did it. Yep, I know exactly. This man ain't working in no plane. He ain't got no 9 to 5. Look at him. That's not a 9 to 5 person. That's a liquor store owner. That's a insurance company owner. That's a business. He got a brick and mortar store and he raised his family and he got 2 kids and probably got a white wife or a wife that's the same as him. That's a business owner, boy. 100% of the time. Let me see if I can find out what the rest of these people do.
Community advocates, and I'm a problem solver.
Nav Gurm, endorsed by Mayor Jerry Dyer and the Firefighters Union, says he represents the next generation of leadership.
There's a lot of basic amenities our neighborhoods deserve and quite frankly need. And
liberal, tax more, bring in more resources. We're going to go ahead and fix the community. Typical young person, tree hugger motherfucker that also has his own culture and he's not taking off his thing.
That's why I'm running.
Ariana Martinez-Lott, a mother, is calling for more investment in neighborhoods.
I don't have political aspirations. I am running to continue the work that we have been doing here locally.
Now, I was a little off on her. She's not a single mother. She's a stay-at-home mom, though. I was 50% right on her. She's not a single mother, but she's definitely a mom, and I care about the community, and I'm a community advocate.
Residents in our city.
Campos has not yet filed for the office. He and the other candidates have until the 6th to submit their paperwork. The primary election is the first Tuesday in June. Brisa Colon, ABC.
Yeah, I agree. How can you not have political aspirations, but you're getting into politics? Stop.
The work that we
neighborhoods.
I don't have.
Oh yeah, they selling this shit. We got the husband, 2 kids, and a dog. Yeah, definitely. They selling it, and they got the son and the daughter. Oh man, they really selling the American family look and feel. Absolutely, they selling it. Anyways, be careful. I'm gonna see if I can get them on the show. Make sure you guys tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Make sure you guys tap into my Patreon. It's my company now. This is my company. It's my company now. All right. Tap into, I think I'm going to take an equity stake. I don't want a salary out of them. I want an equity stake, and I want power to be able to make decisions over the content creators. All right. Okay. This is my Patreon. I'm having a meeting this afternoon. I'm going to make some decisions. What you think that, look, what you think that the hat say that? What you think the bag chaser hat say that for no reason? You think it say that for no reason? Huh, man? You want to fuck with me? You want to fuck with me? You think I turn my head to the side and just put it around on there for no reason? Huh? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Bitcoin Brown says, 80, would you change week 1? I'm doing evaluations. We got to do some more account verifications. We need to understand the people that's on our platform, and we need to see what we promoting. You're not part of the bag chasers, you need to tap into the bag chasers. Huh? Now, if you apologize now, I might let you keep your... Shout out to Dr. Manhattan. It's the Shy Guy and Mr. Joe for bringing that to my visibility. Shout out to my dog, Mr. Lot. Mr. Lot says, I thought that was Johnny Depp. My bad for being late. What up, Mr. Lot? What up? What up? Somebody says, which YouTubers have a Patreon? Oh, they all copying the blueprint. They all copying the blueprint. All of them is copied the blueprint. I was on there when it wasn't popular, when nobody was talking about it. I was on there. J-Dub says, I'm no mechanic, but I can tell when I see a transmission. Well, that's pretty good. Whiskey Pierre says, Anton, sir, they are confusion of the highest order. Well, Brando says, AD is a level 10 profiler. Facts. 100%. All right, y'all. Let's go into John Fetterman. That's crazy. You got sex offenders everywhere, getting out of jail, running for city council, all of that. This is what they mad at John Fetterman for. See, Trump, he still shakes the hands of all of the Supreme Court justices right after he got done torching them and getting mad at them for their decision about tariffs. He walks up and he shakes everybody's hand because he wants them to know, listen, I still like you. I just want you to do the right thing as business. So they mad at that right there. That's what they mad at. We have become so divisive because they are mad that Trump actually shook the hand They're mad at that. That is the thing that they are pissed at. Boy, have we fallen from grace as a country. We have fallen so far that they are mad at a person for actually leaning into the political process so that he can get things done for the district that he represents and to work on the behalf of the Americans and get things the best possible deal for Americans. Boy, have we fell from the bottom of the run.
Fetterman, thank you so much for being here.
Great to be back.
Why did you think it was important to shake President Trump's hand?
Well, of course, that's the president. You don't have to agree with everything. You can be in a different party. You know, I think that's just basic respect and courtesy, you know, whether it's for the office or whether it's just kind of, I mean, I can't think we can get to the place where, I mean, the State of the Union can't turn into like the Springer Show.
Do you think you're...
Is that crazy? Is that unreasonable for him to say, well, because he's the president of the United States of America, and I may not agree with everything that he says, but he's the president and we got to work together. I don't think that that's crazy. Now, Democrats are losing their mind. They're crashing out. They can't understand what is going on. Oh my God, I can't believe that he shook the president's hand. So you don't think that we should have to work together to make sure that we do the best thing for the American people? We have to work together. We go to work every single day, and there's people on the job that we don't necessarily care for. If you are a salesperson at a dealership, you may not like Nancy in finance because Nancy haven't pushed the last 2 deals through. So what do? Do you get mad at Nancy and say, I hate that bitch? Or do you say, you know, hey, Nancy, what's going on? Let me take you out for a cup of coffee. Guess what Nancy gonna do? Nancy gonna go and she gonna work hard to make sure she not gonna just run it through one finance company. She gonna run it through 7 and she gonna try to see if she can get the deal done. She not just gonna go and say, well, you know what? They say he ain't got enough money down. She gonna come back and say, well, listen, what if he puts down an extra this amount? Can we make that deal work? Right? Nancy that works with the finance companies is gonna get your deals done because she likes you. And if you are a business person, you don't necessarily have to care about whether or not Nancy is she like to eat coochie or whatever. We don't give a fuck. We here to make money. We here to sell cars, baby. And that's why y'all can't progress in your job. You so busy caught up in how you feel about the person and this and that and this and that and so on and so forth. You know what? She get on my nerves. She always got on pearls when she coming to work. Bitch, she going places. She going places. They like her. So guess what? You know what? I'm hanging out with her. Y'all got to stop hanging out with the gossip girls at work and start hanging out with the people that actually going places. Y'all so busy, too busy, clicked up with the wrong crew. That's the same thing that Democrats is doing. They clicked up with a bunch of losers. It's losers hanging out with losers, making losers feel good about loser mentalities. You better get with the winning team. I'm going to keep coming back to this. That's what's happening with content creation. They chose the wrong side. Losers clicked up with losers, and losers are losing. Now they turning against each other. Now they turning against each other. And not only that, they mad at anybody else that's not against me, and so they get mad at them for not turning against me because they losers. Misery loves company. That's why you see the gossip girls. It's them same hoes. Listen, you're going to get hired into a job, and they're going to recruit you to be a part of the clique. And if you reject it and say, no, I just want to go, I just want to do my job and do the thing I'm supposed to do, then guess what? I called it out 4 months ago. I did, didn't I? Then guess what? They're going to be talking about you. They're going to say negative things about you, all of this other stuff, right? But guess what? You're going to move on. You're going to be successful. You're going to be great. And them same hoes going to be sitting in that same position, gossiping 27 years later, still mad at management if they haven't already got canned, if they haven't already got removed. That's what losers do. Losers talk about winners. Winners build, losers talk about winners. That's what they do.
Her colleagues, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, conducted themselves the right way by that metric?
I'm saying I just disagree with that. I'm not going to criticize.
You should have expected it, Mimi. That's what come with the territory, baby. That's what come with the territory, baby. Now they mad. They said, Anton took my Mimi, nigga. I don't like you. Fuck you, Mimi. You chose that nigga over us? I don't even know I don't even know what happened. So what? Wait a minute. So you gonna trip out over us? Cause man, come on, man. What, you gonna go with the bag chasers? What the fuck, man? We want to keep you in the hood over here with 17 people if we not talking about Anton. Fuck is wrong with you, Mimi? So what, you gonna go with this nigga? Why? Because he got way more subscribers and he got more motion, he got more money. That's what you going with? Niggas making diss tracks about women now? Yo, girl chose me, nigga. That's the way it go. Women choose. That's what they do. They choosing. They choosing. There's 17 people in the chat, and all of them got a moderation badge. They whole chat is blue because they all mods. Everybody get a badge. You get a badge. You get a badge. Oh, they choose it. They know where they got upward mobility at. That's what women choose. You know what? That nigga going places, or he already there. I'm gonna tell y'all what could happen. We'll get into that in a second.
But I'm going to say that's just not something I choose, and I think I walked around and I realized that half my colleagues were gone. And now if they want to boycott it, that's their choice. But I think overall, I don't see that coming back to, I remember back in 2009 when, I forget his name, Joe Wilson, yelled. I mean, that was really provocative and shocking to people. And that had bipartisan, they condemned that. And now here it's just part of the now where it's just kind of like, here it is. So I think something's lost when, if that becomes like the new normal.
Do you think President Trump is responsible for that new normal?
I think we're all part of it too. And I do think we have to find a way, if we can be in the same room, we can disagree on these things. You don't have to sign off on everything. You don't have to agree with everything. And now if I hear something that I agree with, or I like that, hey, I'm going to stand up and clap for those things. And I think, and if someone's angry that I shook the president's hand as he walked in, I think that's on them. And I think some of the people that were angry that I did that, they didn't really have a problem when Mandami visited with the White House too. So like, if we refuse to talk to the other side, I mean, that's the only one that really loses. That's America.
Some people were surprised you wore a suit and tie.
That's not even unreasonable. If you choose to talk to the other side and we got to work together, the people that lose is the American people. It's the voters. It's the constituents. It's regular everyday folk. And you got to remove your pride in order to get to the bag.
I'm not sure why that's news. Yes, I do. I do dress like a slob, but I mean, for me, I'm gonna respect the event. Respect that's the dress code, of course. So for me, it was an opportunity to hear these things, and I think there was enough there that I could say, hey, I want to acknowledge that I think that's a good thing.
You obviously have spoken with President Trump. You met with him in the past. What was the last time you spoke to him privately?
No, I mean, it's just one of the things that was perhaps might make unique amongst the Democrats. I supported the Iranian strike last year, and I think every single senator in this agrees that we can never allow Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon. And if we all agree with that, I think harsh language won't be the solution. And now we've all discovered that a treaty or those kind of negotiations were unsuccessful. So the one thing that really did matter, and I think was impactful, was those kinetic kinds of strikes. And now here we are, might be again, where
what? They're going to be so mad at you that he actually is agreeing with the fact that we are preventing Iran from having a nuclear weapon? No.
Now they have another issue in that those missiles that they have, and now China is selling those hypersonic missiles there. That's outrageous. That's effectively the Chinese are selling that technology that would be aimed right at American ships, and I'll call and hold them accountable for that.
So would you urge President Trump to strike Iran in the interest of regime change there?
Well, I do think if you can, I mean, Iran absolutely wants to acquire a nuclear bomb, and Iran has done, they built up Hamas and Hezbollah and Houthis. So clearly, and now Iran executed tens of thousands of their young people, and now the brutality for that. So, Iran and that regime, the war is never about the Iranian people. Actually, their war was also against Iranian people. But for me, it's about the regime. And now here it's teetering. And now here we are. So that's why I would not vote for the Iranian powers resolution, because the president will need to have the flexibility for these kinds of targeted attacks.
Fair enough. Let's turn to the midterm elections for a second. This message the president delivered, obviously very much aimed at that. Do you think it would be good for the country for Democrats to retake at least one chamber of Congress in the fall?
I'm a Democrat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it would be a good thing.
I think that is the question.
I mean, the House. I mean, you don't need to have a degree to know that. Yeah, that's going to happen. I mean, that's not just, it's a fact. Just look at the history. The party in power. There's backlash, and now it's already. I think the margin's already just a couple seats already. So yeah, that'll flip. And now if the Senate might be in play, so and that means it. So for me, as someone that the only one I think that's flipped a red seat for blue, and now that makes it even mathematically possible to regain the majority here in the Senate.
And
I don't think that he's unreasonable in anything that he says. I have not recently heard John Fetterman say anything that is crazy that will make me say, you know what, man, he's this raging. If more Democrats were like him, I wouldn't mind there being more Democrats inside of our Congress, inside of our House, inside of our different states that are helping to make decisions. I'm not completely against Democrats. I'm against liberal ways that these Democrats are leaning into that is just completely out of control and unreasonable. You can't tell me that it makes sense for every single thing that the president says you got to go against. If you had John Fetterman could have been a Democrat in the 90s. John Fetterman could have been a Democrat in the 90s. There's nothing wrong with you being a Democrat or Republican, but what the Democrat Party has transitioned itself into, they become trans. Because nothing that he's saying is just unreasonable. Nothing that he's saying is unreasonable. I think that Democrats of yesteryear and Republicans of today is almost the same person. It's almost the same person. If you look at what Republicans are today and what Democrats were in the 90s and the early 2000s, it's almost the same party. The same party. There is really no difference. It's the exact same philosophy, exact same position when it comes to China, exact same position when it comes to immigration, exact same position when it comes to putting America first, almost the exact same. So you couldn't really say, oh man, why was you a Democrat in the 90s? Because they talked like the Republicans do in the 2026. Like, it wasn't unreasonable to say, oh man, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Democrat back then. Because they believed in all of the same stuff that Trump is doing today. It wasn't until they started getting too extreme that we started questioning it, and we was like, wait a minute, dog. I don't believe that you should be able to put men in women's bathrooms. What the fuck is we talking about? Like, I'm keeping it 100%. It was an aha moment when things became so extreme, and it was like, why the fuck y'all gonna make me drive a Prius? What if I don't want a Prius? Like, I like electric cars, but you're not gonna make me do nothing. That's not even the spirit of America. Hold on, dog. Y'all not gonna keep on saying that we gotta keep supporting everybody and raising taxes. So we not already at enough taxes. We gotta keep raising taxes. This is crazy. This is crazy. Wait. You're not gonna say that we supposed to put foreigners before America. So we not supposed to put American first? And it was like, hold on. I don't agree with what y'all talking about right now. This is crazy. It became so extreme that you was forced to reevaluate. I don't know how any Democrat or any person, any black person is sitting there saying, no, I'm Democrat no matter what. If you're not forced to reevaluate it and say, wait, hold on, man. This is crazy. We can't go this far. We at least got to be reasonable here. Somebody said the new Prius is dope. It don't matter if it's dope or not. I like a lot of different cars. The problem is that I want to have a choice. I don't want to be made to pick a Prius. That's my point, is that we should have a choice of whether we want to go with that or we want to go with this. You're not going to bully me into only driving a Prius. It ain't about the Prius. It's about the fact that you continue to try to tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute, you gonna tell me that this is the only option? No, I'm not going with that. You're not gonna bully me into doing nothing that I don't want to do. That's when Americans revolt. Americans revolt when you remove their choice. Americans revolt when you remove their choice. If they choose it on its own, is one thing. But if they getting pushed and bullied into it, that's when they like, hold on, man. You're not going to keep on telling me what to do, bro. Like, even in a relationship, if a guy, that's why I say women need to lean into their femininity. Because if you come to me and say, hey, come on, we going here. Who you talking to? But if you say, hey, babe, can we go here? Because I was thinking about something, so on and so forth. I'm going to be like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Let me see if I can fit it into my schedule. Because, see, it's one thing for you to, like, talk to me like you got some sense, and it's another thing for you to tell me what I'm going to do. Bro, who the fuck you talking to? No, we not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere. Somebody tried to bully me the other day. No, that was yesterday and the day before yesterday. Somebody tried to bully me. They Because they going to say, well, you know, hey, man, my homie said, my friend said this and that and this and that. I said, I don't give a fuck about what your friend said. Fuck you and your friends. Who you talking to? Then I started leaning more into my villain era. I can't wait. I heard that Apple, and I know that Android had it out for a long time. I know that Google, the Pixel and shit, they had the folding phones. Pray that Apple make that screen as strong as possible, because I'm going to be banging on motherfuckers all the time. When they make the fold, they supposed to be coming out with the foldable phone this year or something like that. I'm like that all day long. I'm banging out on niggas this year. Soon as they come out with the foldable phone, I'm going to have one regular phone and I'm going to have one foldable. And the number that I'm going to be talking to people, I'm banging out on niggas all day long. Who you fuck? I love flip phones because you used to slam that. And you would slam it so hard, you thinking that they could hear the slam on the other end. I'm banging out on people this year. I can't wait till they make the foldable phone, the 2-screen phone. I'm slapping that bitch all day long. Who you talking to? No, I'm not dealing with no more disruptive, evil people ever. Test me. Push the limit. Push it. Push it to the limit. No takebacks this year. Banging out on niggas. Let me get some iPhone glasses on those Gucci glasses. What happened on The View today? What are you saying? Are we going to talk about? You know, Fridays is usually y'all show. Juan the Wiser says, speaking of Patreon, Tyler had his nuked due to him recently discovering the Jews committing welfare fraud in New Jersey. Have you looked into this by chance? I just discovered who he is today. I literally just discovered who he is today. I didn't know anything about him. I have not looked into it. I have not researched it. I don't know anything about him. I just discovered him right when y'all told me about him today. So I am in the dark about him. I don't know who he is yet. I got to research him. Do the right thing. 073 says the weak lack basic respect and courtesy. Facts. Manny Plays PC says Mimi is the winner of the I Choose You 2 tour. Shout out to Mimi. Chase Barnes said losers focus on the winners while winners focus on winning. To quote Eric Thomas. Shout out to Eric Thomas. Tony Esquire says, yo, Anton, the office of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, a.k.a. the Pentagon, my duty location has cleared me to start a channel for service member connectivity. What does that mean, service member connectivity? Do you provide paid one-on-one consultations? People need to hear me. Yeah, send me an email. I'm actually doing it this weekend because Saturday I don't think I have any live streams unless I go live in the morning. If I do, it's going to be a surprise. Because I'm setting up coaching calls and I'm setting up consultations for the following week. So send me an email and then I'll look into it. Oh, and let me do this. When y'all send an email, either put coaching call or consultation, and that way I'm able to filter through it more effectively. All right. When y'all send me emails for coaching calls and consultations, put coaching in the title or consultation in the title, and I'll be able to filter through it and find it more effectively. Because you know I got a whole lot of emails about that. All right. So put that in there, and that way I can get to it faster than usual. All right. Charles Watson says, salute AD and the bag chasers. I'm in your city, just dropped off a load. You ain't in my city. You in Highland Park. Highland Park is not my city. Highland Park is a city inside of a city. Detroit is my city. Detroit is my city. YouTube is my city. I'm mayor of YouTube. I'm the mayor of YouTube. City Council, District 1. Anton's District 1. I'm mayor of District 1 of YouTube. Tops Sports Debate says, what's the process to apply to get on Room 9? Hope all is well. I ran into you at MGM in January with the wife. Yeah. What up, though, Top Sports Debate? Just send me an email. I got to figure it out. I got some new shows coming. I got a political show coming. I got a sports show coming. I got a lot of shows coming. AR's back said, I didn't even know Democrats were capable of interacting in good faith anymore. Shout out to my dog AR's back. I appreciate you. I see you, Brandon. I got you. All right. Zelensky says, I coach myself. That's why you're not rich. He said, I'm coaching myself. That's why you're not rich. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else is popping. NY Processor on leave. Netflix, we did that one. Netflix. Jack Dorsey, because nearly half of his staff. Bill Clinton set for a deposition. Illinois. Oh, okay. So we'll do this one.
Now at 1:30 break.
We'll do this one. Y'all been asking me to do this one. I'll do this one. Y'all been asking for it, and so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it to you. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do this. I ain't gave y'all an interlude in a long time. I like that one, but I don't want to watch the video. We go get some water.
I'm gonna give it 1 for the money, 2 for the bass, 3 to get you going, cause the rats in the place. Yeah. It's me, the OG Funk Bandit, the beat to the R-A-T. And in fact, if you ain't heard of me, take a seat, lay back and listen as I bust for your ass on this funkified mission. Just kick off your shoes and relax your feet. That's right. Party on down with the brand new beat. Now it goes like that, and that's how it goes. I'ma give it to all you Negroes and hoes, so listen up. Make sure you listen up well and don't miss shit, cause this bitch be bad as hell. Truth of the matter is, I splatter kids that talk shit in a gangster's way. That's how them fools get dealt with. So what you wanna do, bitch? Don't even trip. Step up, and I'ma bust your lip. Now I know that you know that I know you don't want me to, but keep on tripping and I'ma give it to you, bitch.
I'm gonna give it to you. Yeah. Just like that.
I'm gonna give it. What is the fantastic, romantic, single-handed bandit and bandit? Don't get no better. It don't get no more than the flow that I flow for you Negroes and hoes. Devastating, captivating, elevating is I. Operating and I love to get high. One nigga fight. Say what? At your request, I guess it's time for me to get fucked up. It goes 1 puff, 2 puff, 3 puff, 4. From the bottom to the top to bottom I go. So now you know what I ain't and what I is. It's the baddest new bitch in this hip hop biz. OG is what I, upright is what I, belong to what I, and you can't see. So let it go, cause my shit is tight. Take it how I give it and enjoy the night. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. For the 9-fucking-4 is the bread. And you don't know. You better ask some motherfucking body. Lottie-dottie, I came to party. Biatch! Hey, JD, sing this shit with me, boy. Right here. Word up. Hey. Word up. Hey.
Shout out to the Brat. The Brat was my favorite female rapper in 94, 95. I had a crush on the Brat too on the low. I had a crush on the Brat. I had a straight up crush on the Brat. I said, this girl, ooh, I want her. I want her. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so fine. I had a crush on the Brat. That was one of my early crushes. I said, man, this girl is so fine. And then let me tell you the other song, the other group that I liked.
Cause they can't come close. I'm on some new and Pooh gotta get mine.
But you gotta go with Funky Expedition. I'm about to get back to the show. Shout out to the Funky Expedition. Shout out to the Conscious Daughters. Listen, I come from an era. Music was different back then. Music was different. Women was rapping. Women was rapping. They was rapping. Wasn't none of this. I hate men. I'm selling pussy. Fuck these niggas. Wasn't all of that. They was just rapping. They was rapping their ass off. They was just getting to it. They was competing. I said, fuck. Something to ride to on this Funky Expedition. Funky Expedition. Funky Expedition. I like Boss. Expedition. Funky Expedition. Funky Expedition. They was spitting, putting these niggas to shame. You know what I'm saying, Slimmy? Me and Slimmy used to be debating all day long. Expedition. Funky Expedition. All right, y'all. I say that, and the reason why I say that is because y'all have been asking me to cover this DVD case. And give y'all an update on what's happening with that.
Now at 1:30, breaking news. Newly unsealed court records in connection to the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez reveal that singer David is now being investigated for her murder. Those documents.
Somebody said, Anton, you forgot Lola DeMont. I actually ran into her this weekend. I ran into her in King Los. Shout out to King Los, man. Shout out to Lola DeMont. I actually kicked it with them. We exchanged information and phone numbers. Shout out to her. She was dope. She was absolutely dope.
It's also provide horrifying new details in this case.
KTLA's Aaron Myers live in our newsroom with more on this breaking story. Aaron.
Court documents made public in the alleged homicide of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez reveal gruesome new details about the death of the teenager, identifying the singer David as the investigation's central target. The documents were made public through Texas appellate proceedings and are tied to the Los Angeles County grand jury murder investigation targeting singer David Burke. Private investigator Steve Fisher posted the documents on his X account. The documents were filed under seal but were made public after the singer's family challenged subpoenas compelling them to testify before a California grand jury. Los Angeles Magazine says the proceedings in Texas weren't sealed, so portions of the California filings were available in the Texas appellate docket. Hernandez's remains were found in September of last year inside the front trunk of a Tesla registered to the singer David at a tow yard in Hollywood. Employees contacted police after noticing a strong odor coming from the car. The filings show detectives found a cadaver bag containing human remains along with other body parts in a second bag. The documents also identify Burke as the target of the grand jury investigation, saying he may be involved in one count of murder. The singer's father, mother, and brother, who live in Texas, were summoned to testify in Los Angeles on February 11th. But David's father filed a petition for writ of habeas corpus, saying the subpoena violated his constitutional due process rights. His lawyers claim he was denied due process because he did not get full, unredacted copies of California certification documents, and that portions establishing why his testimony was material and necessary were withheld, according to Los Angeles Magazine. In the documents, detectives say David and his father have a close relationship. The Texas First Court of Appeals rejected the petition, according to Los Angeles Magazine, telling the family they had until yesterday to file additional appeals.
The Court of Appeal in Texas was very clear in telling David's mother,
she got money. She got money. I'm going to get to David in a second, but listen. I could look at somebody's background and tell that they got money. She got the real Van Cleef shit on. She don't have a Temu one. It's a difference between the real Van Cleef necklace on and the Temu one. The Temu ones, all the little girls got it. They act like they bought it. They didn't. They went and ordered it from Temu. They got it from China. And they wearing it and they trying to seem like they're more important than they really are. She wearing this shit for sport. She got a whole shelf, look like she got 4 or 5 shelves of wine behind her. And they're full bottles. They are not bottles that have already been drunk on. She got a whole built-in. You see that? You see her room? Let me show you something. You see the left side of this room? That's an office with built-ins, and that's actual real shit that's worth something in every single shelf on those shelves. Them bookcase built-ins, that's not the cheap shit. That's the shit that you get custom made. Cabinetry, custom made. Artwork above the wine, all of that shit probably costs big money. Ain't nothing in there cheap. Her glasses ain't cheap. Her shirt ain't cheap. Her makeup ain't cheap. Her Van Cleef necklace ain't cheap. Ain't shit in there cheap. Whatever it is that she do, consulting, lawyer work, whatever, she's her in real life. She got on, I don't even think them diamond earrings. I think she might have on pearl earrings. Ain't nothing that she do cheap. She probably charged what my lawyers charge. What my lawyer charge? $750, $800 an hour for retainer. Keep a $15,000 retainer, multiple different lawyers, different states, handle different cases. Ain't nothing that she do cheap. Nothing. Balling in real life. All right, I'm sorry. Let me get back to, you know what I'm saying? Seriously. Ain't nothing in there cheap. Now everybody just get back against the wall.
his father and his brother, that they must appear in front of the grand jury in California. They found that their information would be both material and necessary in terms of this investigation.
As of now, it does not look like anything new was filed in court before the deadline, so David's family may have already testified, according to our legal expert, Allison Treasel.
Let me tell you something, bro. Why we playing games? Why we playing games, bro? At the end of the day, the nigga trolled y'all. He said it in front of y'all. He acted like, you know what I'm saying, that he was eclectic. But really it was art imitating life. And so when he was doing all of this shit and all of this right here, he was basically telling y'all in front of y'all face, you know that killers and people that commit certain crimes, they leave clues. They talk about it. They vent about it. They actually show you who they are in real time, and then they dare you to check them about it. They're literally showing you in real time. They telling you, hey, listen, A, B, C, D. And this has always been a thing. This ain't nothing new, right? And this is how people are in general. The rock That's why I tell y'all, in order for y'all to really live the life, in order for you to really be able to resonate with the people that make the best music are the ones that are the most fucked up. The rock stars of the 70s and the 60s and the 70s, they really was doing that shit. Now, we come back later and we be like, oh my God, you were misogynistic, you were devil worship. No, that's what that, when they were screaming on them songs, nigga, that was getting that shit off because they really was living that shit. You can't create a feeling. DMX, that nigga was he was a tortured soul. Slipping, falling, I can't get up. I'm slipping, I'm falling. I got to get up. Get back on my feet so I can tear shit up. He was really telling you when the nigga would perform and he would pray, dear Lord, like the nigga was really living it in real life. That's why music resonated, because yeah, they wanted the money. Yeah, they wanted to be successful. But the thing that drove them was what they were really tortured by. The thing that they were really dealing with. They were spilling their life onto, and life really imitated art in real life. The rock stars, they fucked all of the hoes. They wore makeup. They wore women's clothes. They partied. They did drugs. You want to know why all of them blues singers is you want to know why the blues is so it resonates so heavily? Because they singing that shit from their soul. You ever seen Marvin Gaye on the songs or the recorded sessions, or when he was singing on that couch, he was coked up out of his mind. All of them niggas, everybody from the 80s, the 70s, and a lot of the 90s, they was high, they was coked up, they was coping, they was dealing with shit, and that's what they was doing. And so when you see this type of shit happening, he telling you what it really is. This is not a treatment. This is his life. He's showing you in real life, and he playing in your face. He's playing in your face in real life. They just can't, they don't have enough evidence to be able to definitively prove it yet, but he played in your face in real life. Messing with that young underage girl. Nobody said nothing until she got found in the trunk. Then they wanted to figure it out. Nigga was on tour singing about it. He was doing whole tours all across the United States of America when they discovered the Tesla inside of the pound yard because it was smelling too bad. That's why y'all can't figure it out. Y'all so broken and conflicted about R. Kelly today because you don't really want to believe that he was singing about a 13, 14, 15-year-old girl. Because the songs was too good, because he was enjoying the shit too much. Girl, please let me get the key to your ignition, babe. And you was up there like, ooh. And you was singing it because it really, you was like, fuck. I don't want to believe that this nigga was putting his ignition in somebody's kitchen. And then he hit you with the remix. The remix and ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen. Baby, rolling that body, got every minute and wishing, sipping a Coke and rum. I'm like, so what? I'm drunk. It's the freaking weekend, baby. I'm about to have me some fun. It's a remix of ignition. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Sing it with me. You don't want to believe none of the TP2 shit. You don't want to believe none of that. You hate the fact that you love it because it resonated with you so much. That's why people be so mad at Luther Vandross. Luther? Then they try to separate it. Is it skinny Luther? Is it skinny with Luther or is it big Luther? Oh, that nigga had a big boy. My boyfriend got a boyfriend. That's what Luther said to y'all. You know how Young Dro says, my girl got a girlfriend. That's what Luther said. My boy got a boyfriend. Yep, I wish. Art imitating life. That's why when I listened to the comedian say what he was saying, he wasn't lying to y'all. But when you get to them 14-year-old girls, them 13-year-old girls over in these other countries, they do some other shit. Nigga, they frame that shit as a joke in order to have it as a defense mechanism for when they actually got to get held accountable. But it's eating them alive, and so they got to get it out. The tongue. It's the power of the tongue. You got to get that shit out. They got to get that shit. That's why they kept talking. It wasn't a one-time joke. This is an ongoing thing. It was an ongoing thing. Art imitates life. Because when you go over there, you go to these other countries, they don't, the age of consent is different. Niggas in the chat like, yeah, 7270 for life. Yeah, 7270 for life. Niggas is holding that shit down. Because they conflicted. They hero. They hero. They hero. Like little baby hands on Nate Johnson. So you got a moral decision to make. You got a decision. You got a decision to make. Oh, you got a decision to make. But niggas chose the wrong side. Well, let me stop. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Where we at? Where we at? Shout out to Quezzy, says 82, baby. Shout out to my 82 babies. Yeah, I was born in 82 myself. Shout out to you, Quezzy. Supreme by Nature TV says, remember, boss? She had a song called Process of Elimination. Shout out to Supreme by Nature TV. Nobody that has ever stood up against me will survive it and come out on the other side the way that they was prior to. Nigga ain't recovered yet. Ain't stopped talking yet. Nigga trying to figure it out. Whole life is taken before him. Nigga back on the chitlin circuit. Nigga was doing whole arenas. Back on the chitlin circuit. No, this, because at the core, this is what I always love doing the chitlin circuit. Don't worry about it. We'll get there. We'll figure it out. What else we talking about today? What else we talking about today? Let me see what else is happening in these streets. Nigga trying to convince y'all like we didn't watch it all in real time that the video was AI. He didn't stand up. He didn't say nothing. He didn't stand up. Yeah, he didn't stand up. I promise you he didn't stand up. Like we all didn't. Like we didn't see it in real time. Like we wasn't there. Shout out to all of my 7270 people. Oh, what else we got going on? Jack Dorsey. How was AI? Okay. All right. As AI, you right. AI did it. AI was standing up. Morgan Freeman. No, I don't even want to watch that. I think Morgan's going to try to disappoint me. I don't want Morgan to disappoint me, bro. Who's trying to come in my place? Hold on, y'all. Give me a second.
TV, didn't you?
Yes, you did.
That's what I thought. I was like, I saw this brother recently. Okay.
You sure
I
did.
don't want to step on the carpet. You'll just make sure.
No, I'll trust me. You want to even send you pictures?
Yeah, if you can.
What's up, building inspector?
What's going on, my brother?
Chilling.
So this is your space, okay? Office space.
When you see me on TV, did you like was it
I
funny?
was trying to remember what I saw you on. It was on something recently.
You want to say hi to the people?
My wife, no. My wife had me see you on TV.
Oh, your wife was showing you?
You on something, and we were watching it, and that's, I never forget her face. You take care of her.
Yep, and tell the wife I said hello.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yep. Oh, man. All right, y'all. We got to figure out what else we got seeing coming on. Man buries car in dispute. Bill Clinton testifies to Congress in the Epstein probe deposition. So Bill Clinton is testifying today. Did y'all know that Bill Clinton is testifying today? I almost don't want to watch this. I want to review it, but I don't want to review it. This Morgan Freeman conversation. Y'all want to get into this Morgan Freeman conversation? Because then I don't think that anything is going on with the Bill Clinton thing until after we find out exactly what he testified inside of the deposition. I was in conversation with Morgan Freeman's people in order to do an interview. I guess I'll click on it. There ain't nothing else popping right now. Let me see. Morgan Freeman. Oh, whoa. Let me see something else. Latest on Columbia. David. Woman accused delivery driver. Woman accused of killing delivery driver has a criminal history. Let's go to this one. I don't want
emotions certainly running high.
I don't want Morgan Freeman to disappoint me, bro. I don't want him to break my heart. Y'all want to go? Y'all want to talk about Morgan Freeman, or you want to talk? I'm gonna let y'all determine it. Chat, you get to pick it. Do y'all want to talk about the female that killed the delivery driver, or do y'all want to do a review of Morgan Freeman? It's up to y'all. Female that killed delivery driver, or y'all want to go into the interview that Morgan Freeman apparently just did on MS Now? Because I'm conflicted. I really don't want to. Morgan, female delivery driver. Female Morgan. The hell Morgan do? Delivery driver, female. It's mixed. It's very much mixed. Female delivery driver. Female. I see more female than anything. Well, I tell y'all what. So I'll compromise with you. Because if I do the female delivery driver one, I won't be able to do that one on After Hours. If I do the Morgan Freeman one on After Hours and we review it, because I'm not going to pre-watch it, but we can look at the Morgan Freeman one together on After Hours tonight on Room 9. And then everybody can comment on it. And we'll do the female delivery driver right now. Because I don't know if we got enough time. We already had 2 hours and 41 minutes. Fair enough? We'll do the female delivery driver one now. We'll do the Morgan Freeman one tonight. And we'll let all of the panel comment about the Morgan Freeman one. I think that's the best the best course of action. That way I don't have to pick between either, and we can do them both. And I'll save Morgan Freeman for after hours. So let's get into this female delivery driver situation. Because I've seen it pop up on my algorithm. I just haven't tackled it yet.
Here in court today, I was right next to both families as we were walking outside of the courtroom here earlier this afternoon. That's loved ones for the defendant as well as the victim. Now, both sides kind of started just saying things to each other, and that led to a very brief scuffle where we saw dozens of sheriff deputies having to jump in here in the courthouse to separate the two families. Two people briefly detained there before it appears that they were both let go. But all of that happening right after a judge ruled that Montoya Perry will remain behind bars until trial. Prosecutors revealed an extensive criminal history for the 33-year-old woman accused of murdering an Uber Eats driver in Chicago this week. Montoya Perry has 8 previous felony convictions and was already out on pretrial release for another crime she had just committed 2 weeks ago before allegedly carrying out a deadly carjacking early Monday morning.
Yep, she did it. So what is there to debate? Why is the families beefing with each other? So the delivery driver's family is beefing, or they going back and forth with her family that's saying shit to the delivery driver's family. And the delivery driver is the one that got murdered. And this woman right here with the bad wig on already has 7 or 8 felonies. And she was doing a carjacking and she killed the delivery driver. How many times have I told y'all that it's not safe to be a delivery driver in Chicago? Oh shit, it's gonna be 55 today. I'm about to go get the Challenger. I'm about to go get the Porsche. I'm literally going to get the Porsche the minute that I get up out of here. How many times have I, it's not even safe picking up women or delivering to women. It's not even safe to go and deliver food from Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats. It's not safe to deliver food to women. To women. Shout out to you, Spaces, in Chicago.
And was already out on pretrial release for another crime she had just committed 2 weeks ago before allegedly carrying out a deadly carjacking early Monday morning.
I'm pretty numb still. I mean, I can be angry, I can be hurt, but that's not going to bring my son back. I'm going to let justice take its place.
Prosecutors say 28-year-old Daniel Figueroa was dropping off food at Loretto Hospital around 2 in the morning when suddenly Perry and 2 other suspects allegedly got into his blue Dodge Caravan. That's when prosecutors say Figueroa ran to the van and grabbed the handle of a door, but was momentarily dragged as Perry sped off, eventually running over his body right outside the hospital. Prosecutors say a doctor at that hospital was supposed to receive the food, but became suspicious after not getting any updates. They say he then made his way outside, where Figueroa was found laying in a pool of blood and died shortly after. Figueroa's loved ones showing up to court today, emotional and hoping justice would be served.
It was important to be here.
So he hustling. I've talked to so many Uber drivers and delivery drivers, and you know, like for example, if you get something delivered at night, this was 2 in the morning, so this was even different, right? But if you get something delivered at night, or if you call an Uber at night, a lot of times they super skeptical. They on edge. They need the money, so they still out there trying to hustle and get their money up, but they super skeptical. There's Uber drivers that won't even do Uber past like 7 or 8 o'clock p.m. because they say it's too rowdy. Like you'll jump in their car and they'll be like, "Yep, you're my last ride" or whatever. And so now you ask questions. I'm naturally curious and I want to know stuff about it. I'm like, yeah, so you know, what's it like out here? Do people usually, you know, what's the average? And I ask questions. And they be real forthcoming. They like talking. They like tell you all of the different details and all of that stuff. And they tell you they do not go into certain areas, and they certainly don't drive past a certain time at night. Because the possibility of getting carjacked, the possibility of a nigga throwing up in your car, the possibility of all of this type of stuff. I had it on the TS Car Washing Details. I had it on the docket for yesterday, but we got caught up. But I plan on probably doing a little bit longer of a live stream today since I'm not live streaming tomorrow. I don't have to live stream on Saturday, so we'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You used to stop at 7:30, 8 p.m. with DoorDash. It's crazy. It's crazy. But you can't always go into the same areas because even the women, the dude was delivering food to a hospital. He should have never been in danger at all. How you in front of a hospital delivering food, somebody jump in your car, drag you and leave you in a pool of blood, and you die on the side of the road? I would be so disappointed. If the end of my life, if my life force is taken from me, from a bitch that got 2 piercings in her nose and a bad wig, and she's smiling on her mugshot. If the end of my life, if I do all of this shit in my life, and this is who take me out by dragging me in a fucking car, and I'm choking on my own blood as I die out outside of a hospital, boy, if that ain't crazy poetic justice, if that's not a bad joke to say that we living in a simulation, I don't know what is. I'm delivering my food to a doctor I'm delivering somebody's food to the doctor at a hospital, and I die outside in my own pool of blood. And the doctor that I was delivering it to discovers me outside of the van that I was driving that I got ran over from a bitch that's smiling on her mugshot. Me and God would have to have a conversation. Jesus, Peter, I got to talk to Jesus real quick. I didn't expect to be here this early. What you mean? Did you see what happened to me, dog? No. I was just talking to I was making sure that I was sending a comedian down to where he had to go. What happened? Bro, I'm up here trying to feed my family, trying to do what I got to do. Peter, did you see what happened? No, man. Listen, bro. I didn't see what happened because I was putting another strike on a comedian. Messing with kids, we don't mess with the kids, but we gonna get there. What happened, bro? Dog, I'm up here delivering food. All places, I'm going over to the hospital to deliver food. What you mean you was going to the hospital? I was delivering to a doctor. So how you end up here if you was delivering your food to the doctor? Let me tell you the whole story, Pete. Check it out, Pete. This black chick with 2 nose piercings come in. They take my, they try to get my stuff. I grab it. My coat gets caught on the door. This hoe, I'm sorry. I ain't mean to say hoe. I know we had to pearly get, shh, nigga. You can't be saying this. If you want to get in, you're going to have to change your language. You can't keep calling them hoes. Well, in her case, she was, look, all right, I'm going to give you a pass that time. Tell me what else happened. Oh, she dragged me. The doctor that I'm delivering to find me in my own pool of blood, choking, and they couldn't do nothing to save me. Now I'm sitting up in here. Man, I had my whole life. I had good hair. To ask God. He gave me the good hair. He gave me the baby hairs. Natural. I get ran over by a chick with a wig on. I got the good hair. I'm young. I'm about my life. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm going through it. My best days is ahead of me, dog. My best days is ahead of me. Show me your picture. Show me the picture of the chick that ran you over. Can I at least get a mansion? Can I at least get a mansion for this? Because I know I didn't deserve this. I know ain't nothing I did on this earth says that this is a valid thing for me to deal with. Ain't no way. I need to talk to somebody. Well, I can get you a mini mansion. No, let me talk to your supervisor. That's what I'm telling them. That's what I'm talking to Peter. When I talk to Peter, if this is my situation, I'm asking for a supervisor. Let me get your supervisor. Who ahead of you? Because I'll take it all the way up to Jesus if that's what we got to do. I'm not leaving here unless I get a better accommodation. I want an upgrade. If Jesus is not listening the way that well, let me talk to God. Let me talk to your father. I need to talk to your father because I'm not about to be sitting here dealing with this nonsense. You see this? You see this? Who else I got to talk to? I want to talk to the owner. I want to talk to the creator. I want to talk to the person that created the firmament between the heavens and the earth. Forget what you talking about, bro. Because I know what you did. Hold on. We're not going to name call. We're not going to name. What you mean? I know what you did. Huh? Because you just been asleep at the wheel. I've been explaining it to you the whole time. So what you trying to say? All I'm saying is, if it's a lie, you wrote it. What you mean if it's a lie, you wrote it? Because you was asleep when you were supposed to be fasting in prayer with Jesus, and then they came to get him. So you make mistakes too. So all I'm saying is, if it's a problem, you know what I'm saying? I just want 2 eyes on this to make sure that we confirming that I'm getting more than a mini mansion. I seen what you did, so it's not like you perfect either. You know, you talking to me like it's my fault that I got ran over and put in my own blood. I'm telling you, bro, if I'm this man that got ran over by this woman, I'm pleading my case all day long. And I'm citing scripture. I'm like case law. Scripture is going to be case law at the gates. I need to know what's happening. Either send me back down in a better body so I can live this thing out and I can prove, or give me the better mansion. I want to know. What's your decision? They're going to hit the trap door on me. Oh, man. I got it. Listen. That's improv stand-up coming to a theater near you. I don't want nobody stealing my jokes. Don't nobody try to take my stuff. Stop acting like you made up the jokes. I'm a better comedian than the comedian. Don't start stealing jokes. Stop acting like you made that joke up. No, don't steal my shit. I don't want to see no. If y'all ever see a comedian go on stage and start talking about arguing back and forth with Peter and negotiating, that's me. That's all Anton from AntonDaniels.com. Freestyle. That's all freestyle. Can I get my Netflix special and all? I know it's going to be better than half of that stuff that I've seen on, because I've seen some of these people Netflix special and they was bad. They were bad. I've seen these comedians Netflix specials and they can't even freestyle. My girlfriend in the chat. What's up, Kim? My girlfriend. I mean, Kimmy. She don't like to be called Kim. Don't call her Kim. She don't like that shit. She don't like that.
Previous felony convictions and was already out on pretrial release for another crime she had just committed 2 weeks ago before allegedly carrying out a deadly carjacking early Monday morning.
I'm pretty numb still. I mean, I can be angry, I can be hurt, but that's not going to bring my son back. I'm going to let justice take its place.
Prosecutors say 28-year-old Daniel Figueroa was dropping off food at Loretto Hospital around 2 in the morning when suddenly Perry and 2 other suspects allegedly got into his blue Dodge Caravan. That's when prosecutors say Figueroa ran to the van and grabbed the handle of a door, but was momentarily dragged as Perry sped off, eventually running over his body right outside the hospital. Prosecutors say a doctor at that hospital was supposed to receive the food, but became suspicious after not getting any updates. They say he then made his way outside, where Figueroa was found laying in a pool of blood and died shortly after. Figueroa's loved ones showing up to court today, emotional and hoping justice would be served.
It was important to be here just because Daniel didn't deserve this. You know, even though they have one person in custody, you know, we still need justice to be served.
I'm happy in my heart that she's being detained and that the case is moving forward. There's no doubt in our minds that she did it, and she did it with intent to hurt and left my son there to die.
I don't see Brandon Johnson coming out to speak on behalf of this person that got carjacked by this black woman.
Funeral services are now being planned for this weekend, while a GoFundMe has already raised more than $12,000 to help Figueroa's girlfriend and her young son, Dario. The family now just hanging on to the memories of Daniel's smile that they say always lit up every room.
I just pray with the help of the justice system and everyone involved that Daniel gets justice. My son deserves to live with his smile and continue to smile upon us all.
Now, Perry is due back in court on March 18th, and it's not clear at this time if CPD is arresting anyone else involved in this case.
I thought it was more than one person that was there. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. Rest in peace to him. I hope that his family find peace, and I hope that she get locked up under the jail. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to it, and the smiling and the mugshot, that's just salt on top of the wound. That's salt on the wound. That's so messed up. Woo! I will be on fire. I'm Super Mario says review is viral, so you can type it in any platform. Good Room 9 talking as well. Aisha Diaz expecting $40,000 to $50,000 a month. I got it on the list. I literally have it on the list. I said it, we was going to talk about it yesterday, but we got derailed in conspiracy theory. So we're going to get into all of the controversial topics. Iman Shumpert, Aisha Diaz, Thailand, the kidnapper of the little kids that's going for parole in California, Morgan Freeman. We talking about all of these people. We might even talk about a little bit of Drewski on Soul Train. All right. It's going to be an incredible show tonight. So tap in. We getting it popping. Spacer says, I blame you for ignition being stuck in my head. Come on. Yeah. TS Carwell, did you cover the Dr. Brian thing? No, we might be talking about it tonight on After Hours. Ignition is stuck in my head and it's your fault. It's not my fault. He made a hell of a song. AD, you hell dog, your ass should be a comic. I do this every day. I make y'all laugh. I make y'all get angry at me. I make y'all get emotional every single day on this live stream. Every day on this live stream. Jason Statham says, I don't know if it's been said, but the POS, the brag, unsurprisingly dropped the charges on the 28-year-old kid that was arrested for the NYPD snowball fight. Yeah, they arrested him. They did the perp walk. I seen him. He had the braids in front of his face, the little YN with the Nike Tech on. Fit all of the situation. But again, we didn't get to it yesterday, so we're going to get there today. If we got time, we're going to get there today. I got a whole lot of subjects to get through. So we're going to talk about it. All right? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the greatest audience on earth. I'll be aggravated when I got it in my live stream at the end of the day. I really do be aggravated when I got it in the live stream. But the good thing about it is that I get the live stream with y'all tonight. So I'm going to see y'all at 10:30 Eastern PM tonight. We're going to get it popping. It's going to be fun. And if you are not a part of the Patreon, if you're not a part of the Bag Chasers, you should be. The link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. TS Car Wash says, I'm the funniest bag chaser, hand down. I'm the funniest bag chaser, hands down. All right, y'all. I'm going to see y'all tonight. Peace. I love y'all.